Mindful Life Practice community.
Well, good evening, and thanks for joining me for yin yoga this evening or this morning, depending on where you are. We're going to be working on the shoulders, arms, and wrists tonight. As usual, having a pair of blocks and a pillow cushion or a blanket nearby might be helpful. Get started. Let's come to a comfortable seat. Legs can be crossed, or you can be in Shavasana. We'll just take a soft downward gaze down the nose, or gently close the eyes. Arriving on your mat. Bringing your attention to the breath, your breathing. Just observing the quality of the breath. Begin to deepen the inhale and lengthen the exhale. 2 breaths like that. Deepen the inhale, lengthen the exhale. The palms can be facing down if you'd like to feel more grounded. The palms can be facing up if you'd like to receive the energy from the sun or the room around you, or energizing gesture. And to feel the shoulders melt down the back, gently falling away from the ears. Inhale, lifting through the crown of the head, lengthening the spine. Bringing your attention to the mind, observing the thoughts that are there, letting them fall into the background. The thoughts are always there. You can choose how to interact with them. To let the thoughts go each time you notice a thought demanding your attention. Label it thinking and let it go. Each inhale, observe. On the exhale, release some thinking. Bringing the hands to heart center in prayer. Taking a moment of gratitude for making time to come on your mat this evening to practice with me. Setting an intention, something you'd like to invite into your life or to practice. Repeating it to yourself. Good. Gently opening the eyes, releasing the hands. We'll start out in child's pose this evening. So coming onto the hands and knees. And it might feel nice if you have sensitive knees Where the floor is hard, bring a blanket underneath your knees just to cushion them a little bit or not. And inhaling up into tabletop. Exhale, push the hips back. Sitting the hips on the heels. Dropping the forehead to the ground. The arms can be outstretched in front of you. Or option to bend the elbows. Hands meet over the head in prayer. Or the hands can come rest on the tops of the shoulders. We'll be here for about 2 minutes, taking whichever variation suits you. Observing the sensations in the body and the movement of breath. Observing the movement of thoughts in the mind. Letting the thoughts fall to the background. Releasing the hands in front of you, they are lifted. Inhale, lifting up at the tabletop. We'll come into melting heart pose, or anahatasana. Keeping the hips over the knees. Walking the hands in front of you, maybe 1 or 2 hands length. And the hands should be as wide as the shoulders, maybe even a little wider. Pushing the hips back over the knees, and then dropping the head, dropping the arms, dropping the forehead. Feeling the chest opening here. Like the heart is melting towards the ground. Observing the movement of breath. Noticing the sensations in the body and how the mind responds to them. Is your mind trying to distract you with the story? It's totally normal. For the next minute, Try to be fully aware with the sensations in your shoulders and chest. And now lifting the head, pressing into the hands, and gently lifting the chest. Almost glide forward, landing the hips, bringing the elbows underneath the shoulders. Coming into Sphinx pose. And Sphinx, just a little turn around here. Sorry for that. Bringing the elbows underneath the shoulders, palms flat on the ground, forearms parallel. Gently pressing into the ground with your forearms. Take 5 to 10% effort here. Reach back with the toes. Feet can be close together or out to the edges of the mat, depending on how your hips feel. As you press into the forearms, inhale, lifting up through the crown of the head. Gently pull the shoulder blades together. Feel the tops of the shoulders traveling away from your ears, lengthening the neck. Gently engage your hips, your butt muscles, like 5% effort, just to straighten the front of your hips, to lengthen the front of the body. And lifting up through the crown of the head, lengthening your abdominals. And exhale, gently releasing that effort in the body. You'll still push through the arms just a little bit. Just observe the lengthening of the front of the body. Relaxing the belly. Keep pulled in all day long. Soft, gentle gaze down the nose. Or close the eyes. And enjoy about 10 more breaths here. Counting the breaths if you like, to help you be fully present with the breath. Good. Noticing the sensations in the body and releasing the chest down. Props out of the way if you need to. We'll come into half crocodile or half sleeping baby. So move the elbows out to the sides, arms bent at 90 degrees. Bring your right cheek to the mat. Gazing left, the left elbow in line with the left shoulder. Lift the left knee out to the side, opening up the hip. The left knee in line with the left hip, left elbow in line with the left shoulder. Right leg is straight. Enjoy about 5 breaths. And now gently lifting the head, gazing forward. Extend the left leg back, bringing the left cheek to the mat, gazing at your right elbow. Lift the right knee in line with the right hip, right leg and right arm bent at 90 degrees. And enjoying about 5 to 10 breaths here. Soft gaze, or you can close the eyes. And now gently lifting the head, gazing forward, extending the right leg along beside you, meet the left. Bring the hands under the shoulders and then pressing up, coming onto your seat. We'll come into half shoelace. So for half shoelace, we'll extend the left leg long and bring the right leg, right foot over the left leg. Gently flexing the toes of the left foot to help straighten the left leg. And bringing the right knee, right leg bent over the left. You can keep the foot flat on the ground, or you can bend and come along the side of the leg, whatever feels more comfortable for you. And we'll take cow-faced arms. So we'll reach the right arm up above the head, the palm facing forward, bending at the elbow. Drop the right hand to the back. You can bring that left hand, hold the right elbow, help stretch out the right shoulder and arm. Observing your breathing here. Maintaining deep inhales and long exhales. Enjoying 5 to 10 more breaths here. Lifting the gaze to look beyond your extended leg. Help straighten the spine. Last few breaths. Inhale, releasing the left hand, extending the right arm. Bring the arms in front of you and cross the left arm underneath the right, coming into eagle arms. You can bring the hands to the shoulders or the right elbow over the left, crossing the arms, maybe the wrist cross. Maybe you can interlace the arms for eagle arms. As you inhale, lifting the elbows if you can, staying here. Knowing you can release the arms anytime you need to if it's too intense. Closing the eyes if you need to, focusing on the breath. Inhale to unravel the arms, opening them up, placing the arms behind you. Extend the right leg long. Maybe you come onto your elbows, just stretch out, let your feet fall open, the head fall back. Finding a sigh here. Inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Gently lifting the head and thinking about rolling up to seated. When you feel ready, pressing into your hands, lifting the chest up over the hips. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Noticing how the right shoulder feels compared to the left. Bending the left knee, lifting the left foot, bring it over the right leg, and placing the left heel next to the right hip, or as close as you can get it, just so you're comfortably crossed in half shoeless. Gently flex the right toes to help extend the right leg. Getting comfortable here. Inhale, lifting the arms up, bending the left elbow, dropping the left hand to the back. Bring the right hand to the left elbow. Gazing over your right toes, lengthening the spine up. Exhale, releasing. Observing the sensations in the body. Sitting with any discomfort. About 5 more breaths here. Checking the right leg, maybe you flex the toes. As you inhale, gently lengthen up. As you exhale, releasing any tension in that left shoulder. Releasing any thoughts that aren't serving you. On an inhale, releasing both arms, lifting them up. Exhale, releasing them in front of you. This time we'll cross the left arm over the right. So bring the right arm under the left. Stack the elbows. Maybe you bring the hands to the shoulders, or wrapping the arms. Maybe the wrists cross. Maybe the palms of the hands meet. Inhale, lifting the arms up, gazing at the elbows, feeling the stretch in the shoulders. Exhale, gently pull the shoulders down just a little bit. Inhale, lifting, stretching. Exhale, pulling down. Breathing into the tightness of the shoulders. Mine are super tight. I think the shoulders are like the hips, and that we often store our thoughts, our emotions there. The same way we store them in the hips. Notice thoughts coming up. It's totally normal. Having a deep breath. Observing the thought. Almost like you're saying, that's interesting. Observing your experience in this pose. Last few breaths. Inhale, lifting the gaze, lifting the arms. Now exhale, imagine the shoulder blades moving down the back. On an inhale, releasing the hands, opening up the arms, pushing the hands out and away. Then let the arms fall to either side. Uncross the left leg, extend the left leg long. Place the hands behind you. Lean back onto the elbows, dropping the head behind you. Just enjoying your breaths, totally relaxed. And now gently lift the head facing forward. Pressing into the hands, lifting up. Come into butterfly or straddle to stretch out the wrists. So if coming into butterfly, bringing the feet together and the knees to either side. Or I prefer straddle, So just coming to sit on my hips on my heels. And we'll take our hands, flex them towards us, place them on the mat, coming up, and then we'll turn the hands. So fingers pointing towards the knees. And exhale, gently sitting the hips back until you feel a stretch through the wrists and forearms. Walk the hands a little bit closer. You want to try to sit the hips all the way back. Noticing what feels right for you. A little sensation or a lot of sensation. Both give benefit to the body. Few more breaths here. Come out when you're ready. Just lifting the palms and gently shaking the hands out. We'll come the other way. So stretching out backs of the wrists. So just bring the hands so the palms face up towards you. Coming onto the palms of the hands. You could tuck your toes here if you would like to stretch out the backs of the feet, optional. And exhale, gently leaning back until you feel a stretch in the wrists. Well, about how much weight you have on the wrists here. Go for a little sensation, keep it manageable. Notice what's going on in the shoulders. Tucking the toes if you need to. And when you've had enough, lifting up the hands, shaking them out, releasing the wrists. Draw the shoulders up, down, and back. Looking up. Good. We'll come into butterfly now. And sometimes it's nice to have blocks underneath the knees if you need. So to come into butterfly, we'll bring the feet together. Placing the hands next to the hips to just adjust your seat. And if the inner thighs are tight, it might feel nice to place the blocks underneath the knees. Or not. Whatever suits you. We'll inhale, lengthen out through the crown of the head. And as you feel ready, gazing forward, feeling the hips opening, the knees out to either side. Here, 3 minutes. I've set a timer so I won't forget about you. It can feel nice to place the thumbs on the inner arch of the foot, applying a little bit of pressure. Gently massaging the inner arch. Be upright or gently leaning the chest forward over the legs. You're bringing the elbows to the inner lower leg. Observing the sensations here. Observing the thoughts that arise. At each exhale, releasing something, becoming a little more at ease. Enjoying about 5 more breaths here. Now lifting the head, if you're folded forward, bringing the hands underneath the knees, gently lifting them up. And we'll come onto our backs, knees bent, and we'll take a twist on each side. So gently drawing the right knee in, extending the left leg long, bringing that right knee over to the left side, and place that left hand on the outside of the right leg. And if this doesn't feel good, bringing the left knee under the right so both legs are stacked. Whichever variation you choose. If you would like, inhale, lifting the right arm up. So the inner arm raises the right ear, lengthening the right side of the body. Finding an inhale here, pressing through the left heel, reaching through the right arm. As you exhale, feeling that right knee get closer to the ground. Gently closing the eyes, if that's comfortable. Observing the sensations, especially the uncomfortable ones. Listening to what they're telling you. Bend the right arm at the elbow if you would like. drop the right ear towards the ground. On your next inhale, bringing the right knee over the center of the body. Bringing the left knee up to meet the right and hugging the knees into the chest. Wrapping the elbows around, grabbing opposite elbows. Bringing the nose to the knees and gently rolling. Good. Placing the hands on the shins, just take a few circles with the knees, drawing them out to the sides and away and back in. Noticing sensations in the hips. Changing direction, move the knees the opposite way. And notice how the hips feel. Pausing in neutral. Lower the right foot down. Extend the right leg long, pressing through the right heel. When you feel ready, bring that left knee over to the right side. Option to place the right hand on the left thigh. Sometimes a little bit of weight is helpful. Noticing the sensations in the hip and the low back. If there's any pain or it just isn't working for you, bring that right knee underneath the left, stacking the legs in a simple 2-knee twist. Or keep the right leg extended long. Inhale, lifting the left arm up above the head, the left upper arm close to the left ear, maybe they touch. As you inhale, feel the side of the waist on the left side lengthen. As you exhale, feel that left shoulder blade getting closer to the ground, maybe touching. Closing the eyes if you would like. Gently dropping the head over to the left. Option to bend the left elbow. Observing the sensations in the left hip. Now rolling that left leg, that left knee back to center. Drawing both knees into the chest. Making a few circles with the knees. In, out, and away. Noticing the sensations in the hips. And when you feel ready, changing direction. Knees counterclockwise, opposite to how you were moving. Good. And we'll just take time for one more pose before Shavasana. We worked on the shoulders. It could feel nice to open the chest a bit. So we'll take fish pose. And it would be helpful to have two blocks or a pillow. So either placing a pillow at the top of your mat. So if you're using blocks, we'll take a block on the second setting, place it between the shoulder blades, and gently lean back, landing the block, resting the upper back, and taking the other block on the third setting, the highest, the tallest, placing it under the base of your skull, and gently bringing the arms onto either side. These can be up, legs can be out straight for fish pose, or you can drop the knees open, similar to butterfly pose, coming into reclining goddess. Closing the eyes or soft downward gaze. Steady inhale and exhale. Observing the sensations in the body. I'm curious about the sensations, especially when you have discomfort. Relax the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Staying here for Shavasana, or if you'd like to transition to Shavasana, placing the hands under the knees, gently lifting them, placing the elbows on the ground, gently lifting up. Any props aside. You have a pillow or bolster handy. It could feel nice to place it underneath the knees and to lie back in Shavasana, letting the feet come out to the edge of the mat. Hands out to either side of the body. Gently closing the eyes. Relaxing the jaw, tongue in the mouth. Feeling the shoulders heavy against the ground. The arms heavy. Feel the waist relaxed. The hips sinking into the ground. Eyes releasing. Lower legs heavy. The toes relaxed. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh out through the mouth. Enjoy these next few minutes in stillness and quiet. aware of your breathing. You're welcome to stay in Shavasana as long as you like. If you're ready to conclude the practice, please join me. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Gently drawing your knees up. Rolling onto your favorite side in fetal position. Taking a pillow with the underarm. Finding a breath or two here. Inhale, pressing up to seated. Bringing the hands to heart center in prayer. Bowing the head in a gesture of gratitude. Recalling your intention. Rubbing the hands together. Place them over the eyes. Gently open the eyes. Release the hands onto either side of the body. Inhale, gather up with your arms. Reaching up, gaze up. Exhale, draw the hands to heart center. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening or morning. I look forward to seeing you on the mat soon.